welcome to Spiritualista. This is your weekly energy forecast from the 20th until the 26th of October. And this is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate with everybody, but however, if you'd like a personalized deep dive reading, the link to my Etsy shop is below. And now, let's see what the universe has in store for you guys this week. That was so quick. I thought I broke the record today. I don't remember who it was. I'm pretty sure it was Gemini. Because that was like, I did one shuffle and it flipped. I did pre-shuffle the card, right? I do that in between recordings, like thoroughly. But when I just do these shuffles, like usually it takes at least one. But now, like yours just came flying out. I hardly moved the deck this time. And you got the 5 of Wands as your present moment card. So Cancer. There is some conflict going on in your life right now. In your surroundings, at least. If you're not involved in that, it's trying to suck you in. It's trying to create some drama here for you. And, this is your challenge. So we have the 8 of Pentacles. This could be at work. This could be something to do with your skills. Maybe a little bit of jealousy there. Maybe you're performing really well and someone is like throwing you that evil eye sort of energy. Yeah, there's a sketchy energy there. All right, we have the Knight of Pentacles. That's on the top of your mind. Things are moving slow. I feel like you're feeling a little bit impatient here. Let's see your foundation. So foundation is the Moon. Interesting. It's the first time I'm seeing the Moon today in any of these spreads. And that could be intuition. I mean, but also could be someone hiding something here. Let's see your recent past. The Chariot. Chariot's good. That's you being very focused. You're being very determined. You're taking action. You're moving, but moving in a more determined, like specific direction rather than a scattered movement where you don't really know where you're going. Not like a flipper. Is it called flipper? Like one of those. Yeah, the game with the little balls and the. It's not like that. It's more like a highway, sort of like there's one highway. You're taking that highway, right? Wow. Okay. Near future, we have the 5 of Swords. So now we have the 5 of Wands and we have the 5 of Swords there. So there's definitely conflict energy going on for you right now. All right. Let's see what that's about. Okay. So we have the suggested approach, advice from the universe, and here is a beautiful card. Right? We have the 9 of Cups. So that's you feeling satisfied. So I do feel that you're working towards something here that's gonna give you that fulfillment energy. So good. And your surrounding energies. What could that be? 5 of Cups, man. 5 of Cups. Someone's sad. Knight of Cups. All right, so that is your hopes and fears. It's an emotional card. Could be a new connection coming in. Still in that little flirtatious stage right there. But you're interested. I feel like you're interested in this person. And they feel very much interested in you as well. All right, and then we have the 4 of Pentacles there. So that is your potential future. And the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Wands. Wow. What is this week, Cancer? Let's get right into it. So you're in this sort of conflicty energy here. 5 of Wands is usually competition or conflict energy. So tells me that right now you're going through some sort of disagreements here. Could be with yourself too. Doesn't have to always be with other people. Usually it's the case of having energies around you that are laced with that sort of conflict energy here. So tells me that, yeah, you're navigating a harder time here. And there are some different perspectives going on that are clashing quite a bit, like little power struggles here and there. So it's pretty hard for you to find any sort of harmony at this point. I feel like I'm hearing so many voices, like they're just talking over each other. It's that sort of energy. And you're having to be like in the middle of that, trying to deal with that chaos, and it's just overwhelming you. Even though you don't want to be involved, you're like automatically in the center of that. So it could be family. I'm getting that for some of you. It could definitely be a family crisis situation that like everybody's kind of on edge, and it's just like this sort of energy that's going on here. So, and there's lots of people involved. So there's a chaos thing happening here. Lots of noise. And you're being pulled in like all sorts of different directions here. So yeah, it feels quite messy and very, very overwhelming. And I don't feel like you're getting a lot of things done in this energy. You feel quite distracted. You're like being pulled in between this, and you want peace, but it's just like you're having to deal with this and navigate this sort of chaos. So yeah, it's hard. And you have the Eight of Pentacles as your challenge for this week. So it shows me that your challenge is just in staying dedicated and focused here. Again, like you feel a little bit scattered right now. And this is usually about work, right? It's about building your skills, basically getting better at something, improving yourself, right? Just, yeah, evolving yourself, basically, like a Pokemon. So with this, it's what you want to do. That's what your drive is right now. You're trying to go towards that direction, especially with the residual chariot. That is your card, by the way. It just kind of feels like it's hard. It's hard. That's what I'm getting because of this and this distraction here going on. So you're really struggling to stay focused right now. That's what I'm getting. Like I think you would learn this skill, whatever this is. You would get better at this way quicker. Like you do have the capacity to do that. You have the circumstances to do that. But it's just that your focus is being pulled into different things right now. That's what I'm sensing here. And there's just, yeah, these distractions around you that are making it really hard for you to sort of get into this thing here and committing to yourself. So, yeah, it's derailing your progress because it's like it feels unstable. It's just like there's a struggle there. You can't really stay focused and dedicated because you have all these distractions just like breaking you out of your rhythm, like out of your flow here. So, challenges just keep showing up consistently, right? Even when life feels very much chaotic too, which is what I'm feeling for you here. So it's a weird energy. And yeah, I feel you, man. Must be hard to be going through that. It just feels very noisy. I'm hearing just like so much noise, you know, like almost like an audience sort of thing where imagine if an audience, you would be on stage, right? And there's a whole audience in front of you, just everybody's just talking and you're trying to distinguish what that person is saying, what that person is saying, but they're all just talking and it's kind of becomes sort of impossible to even hear your own thoughts in that and discern anything at all. That's the vibe I'm getting from this. And you have the Knight of Pentacles. I've seen the Knight of Pentacles a few times. So throughout the zodiac here. So you are very, very, very focused on progress. That's the thing. Like you want to get this done. You want to be able to show up. You want to be able to be very practical. You want the stability that is automatically connected to this thing being finished here, whatever it is that you're doing. And it's a very patient energy. It's a very persistent energy. So your mind really wants to just slow things down right now and just focus like a long game sort of focus, right? So even with all this chaos, like your crowning is just, yeah, you're just trying to think about how to create that reliability for yourself. So there is a slow progress going on there for you to create that stability and a more grounded pace. But yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's hard to do that when you're getting like sucked into drama. It's what's happening here. So you don't want that drama. You want to have a plan, right? You want something structured that you can actually trust, but it's really hard to build that whenever there's just so much noise and so much going on. And you have the moon in your foundation too. So that's a card about illusions and fears. Like it's like uncertainty energy. Like it could be a mission, could be lies. It's like it's a shady card. It's also intuition, so there is a good side to that. But yeah, your motivations are basically influenced by things that you can't really see right now. You can't really understand them right now. So there are something here with subconscious, like subconscious fears usually, that are creating some confusion for you as your sort of undercurrent right now at a soul level. So your foundation right now is pretty murky. You're not really sure who to trust here in this. And like I said, you feel like you can't even hear what they're saying. So it's kind of hard to even discern who to trust and who to go with, like who to back in this situation. So I feel that part of your full picture here is just there's sort of this lack to see the full picture. That's the thing. You can't see that right now. So you're having to navigate a lot of this through your intuition rather than having like some real certainty about the situation. So there's that, like there's something hidden here And deep down, you're just like navigating your life right now through this like sort of like half light. You're not really sure what's real and what's an illusion here. So that explains this tension, because there's a big part of you that wants this progress to happen, but underneath there's just lots of confusion and fear that are shaping your decisions here. So it's yeah, it's a kind of weird place to be in. And like, you're coming from the Chariot, right? That's your recent past. So that's your card. Like I said, it's like a card all about balancing. It has two colors there with the Sphinxes. It's about balance. So balancing your emotions, for example, with being more stable in those emotions, especially as a water sign. It represents sort of taking control over that and just that leading up to your forward momentum here. So it is also a determination card, right? So I feel like you've recently been going through your life very full speed ahead, and you've been very focused recently about like, yeah, about your direction here. So you've had a really strong willpower here, and you've had this control like all along to just, yeah, take charge of your own path, right? And just this drive to move past any obstacles here. So you've been coming out of that, but now like with the moon here in your foundation and this 5 of Wands, it's just, I feel like that control is sort of slipping as confusion and conflict just, they take over here. So it's just kind of, yeah, you're losing that focus here. But, and I feel that you're quite frustrated because you know how productive you can be when you are you are like yeah, in this sort of flow state, right? When things just align and just click in place and you just know exactly what to do and how to be productive. But right now, you're not being able to do that, and you know that it's not because of you. It's not your fault. It's because you have this surrounding sort of BS energy that's going on, that's pulling at you, and you can't really do anything about it right now. So there's tension there. There's tension there, right? And when you have the near future, 5 of Swords. So yeah, it's like, what's going on, Cancer, this week? What's going on with your energy? Like, you have the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Swords. So first of all, 5s are all about change. It's a transformative number. So it's always something good that comes out on the other side. But it's, again, conflict. This tension in this one, too. It's more mind-based than the Wands. So this could be disagreements. This could be someone confronting you. This feels like it's more personal almost, while this feels more like a group dynamic thing. This is like being a little bit singled out here. And someone kind of wanting to win. It's that energy of wanting to win over you and like beating you in something. So that's creating some distance too between you and what you're trying to do here. And also, of course, you and this person here that is involved. So yeah. Just, it's very hollow, this energy. It's like a hollow victory. So it warns you that, you know, like arguments where no one's actually going to win this argument. Everybody's just going to go out with a blown up ego, like out of control. And they're going to feel satisfied initially because they won. But then when they go home, they take a shower, they sit, they chill, they think about it. It just feels hollow. It feels empty. Like it wasn't worth it. And that's the thing with this, right? It's just, it's not worth that tension. That's basically it, right? It's not worth it just to prove a point here. It's going to make you lose your peace on the long term. So, but it's trying to pull you in. So just this whole thing here is basically the same. You're trying to do the thing. You're trying to just deal with your things. I feel you have a lot right now on your plate, but at the same time, there are lots of just dramatic distractions pulling at you. And I do feel that this is a lot to do with connections. It's people. It's people. It's not, could be a career thing, but it feels more like it's more likely that it's a family thing here. It's several people in your environment that are sort of having this, yeah, conflict energy, drama energy. And then you have the 9 of Cups. That's your suggested approach from the universe. So what does Spirit want you to do with the situation here? So this is beautiful as a card. Like, it's all about having gratitude. It's about being satisfied. So your approach here is to focus on the things that actually bring you that happiness and that make you feel fulfilled within yourself, right? Rather than just relying on anything external as a validation point, or anything that's going to be like coming from the outside as a resolution to anything, to this conflict even. So just is reminding you to just center yourself this week, center yourself in gratitude, very important. And that's going to help you pursue the things that are going to make you feel whole. That's going to help you actually close this down and just finish this process here. And yeah, and that's how you're going to feel content with yourself, right? You're going to feel like you're happy with the results. So the best move for you now is just to focus on your own happiness rather than just like trying to win this thing, or controlling any sort of outcome within this thing. Just turn inward. And so just focus on your own happiness, focus on your gratitude. And that's in turn, that's the thing that's going to make you feel whole. So just invest in yourself. Invest in your own emotions, invest in your own fulfillment here. And just center yourself on things that make you happy, like that light you up. And that's going to help you navigate this chaos here with more ease. And 5 of Cups, surrounding energies. So interesting, man. Like I have so many 5s here today. So 5 of Cups, similar thing. It's transition card. It's like a change card. It's not the best. This is to do with sadness and grief. So likely your surroundings do feel very disappointed, which makes sense if they're fighting. So this energy that's around you, like there is definitely a focus on what's been lost here rather than the things that remain. So I feel that there are people around you that are feeling a sense of regret right now. That's making them feel sad in turn, right? And that's the emotional atmosphere that you're picking up on. So it's heavy. Like your surrounding energy is really heavy right now. And it's just focused on this sadness and this lack sort of mentality, like this ego thing. So there's lots of regret, this feeling of loss. Yeah. And everybody's just focused on the thing that's gone rather than what's actually remaining there. And you might be absorbing this atmosphere, which is making it much harder for you to stay centered within yourself right now. So just make sure to not do that. That's the thing with the gratitude. That's how it's going to help you, because then you're focused on what you still have, what's still there for you, what's available to you, rather than what's not, because that's how you end up in this position too. And then you're also emanating this energy to everyone else. So you can actually break the cycle through stepping out of that and just looking at the things that you are still grateful for, that are still there. So that's why that's your advice. It makes perfect sense. Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups, hopes and fears position. So this card is beautiful. It represents romance. So yeah, I feel like you're hoping for that. You're hoping for someone to express love to you. Just be more open when it comes to a connection. And yeah, you want that. You want that romantic gesture. You know, you want people to dare expressing, specifically this individual, to be able to express their feelings for you. That's what I'm sensing here. You're craving that. You could be together. You could be separated, of course, but even if you're a couple, it could be that this is a person that has a tendency to just shut down a little bit emotionally and maybe not communicate, not validate you, give you any words of affirmation. They're maybe just more like self-focused and private. And you're feeling that right now. You kind of miss that. You want to feel that romance. You want to feel that you can be vulnerable with this person. They can be vulnerable with you. And also at the same time, you have the fear about being vulnerable. So there is this push-pull of craving this deeper connection, but just sort of doubting its reliability. But you want it. You also still doubt it. So that's the kind of weird thing about that one. And we have the 4 of Pentacles, potential future. So that's your outcome, potential outcome. So it just represents holding on too tightly to something, like clinging to security here. So it tells me that you're resisting change right now. And I feel like you're focused on protecting the things that you have. This could be financially with the Pentacles, but also emotionally. And it is a card, like it can indicate stability, but there's also this fear of loss that's going to keep you from opening up. So yeah, I feel like you're going to step into a place here where you're going to be prioritizing that, where you want that security, you want to be able to feel that security. But it could come at a cost of emotional openness if you're not careful with that. So just make sure to not hold on too tightly, be like a suffocating presence, right? And also at the same time, make sure to protect your energy, especially here. So don't close off too much, but still like make sure to make yourself secure enough not to absorb other people's fears and other people's egos here that, yeah, are going to keep you in a hard spot here. And we have the Ace of Wands here in the bottom of the deck. So that's inspiration. That's the card of like new beginnings, right? So it's inspiring, it's a creative card, right? And it's good, it's passionate. And that's the hidden energy here, influence and everything. So it's good. It's showing up even with all of this. And this is something exciting and like fresh. So it's going to be a potential for you where your journey is still being propelled by something that's very inspiring here for you. And that reminds you that even with all of this, there is a possibility for a fresh start that's waiting for you here. So there is a hidden thing here that's really good. And it's gonna make you ready for being renewed. So likely it's a new passion project, something that's gonna make you feel inspired, something creative, right? And yeah, it's reminding you that this chaos here is temporary. It's temporary, and there's something new here that's waiting for you that's going to be way more fun, way more productive than this here. So yeah, it's going to be a conflict week, not gonna lie. It's going to be that. And you're still seeking the stability, you're still working towards your goals here, but at the same time you're quite distracted by this tension here. Your priorities are really scattered right now, and your challenge here is just to stay dedicated to your growth without letting all these distractions just like throw you off course here. So you're very focused on this progress. You want to get this done, but there is quite a bit of uncertainty here with the moon. That's still sort of like producing some fears for you. But you have determination. You have that. And you have a momentum card here with the Chariot. You're still sitting in that energy here. So this whole week is all about staying very steady through this conflict. And just protect yourself, protect your energy, protect your peace, right? Remember that fulfillment is going to come from yourself, not from winning this, but it's going to come from yourself, from what you feed yourself through your thoughts, through your gratitude here. And that's what's going to fix this. That's what's going to fix this, where, yeah, it's going to be good. And especially here with the Knight of Cups too, it's super interesting, especially if that is a connection, maybe someone that you're with, and this person is going to start opening up more emotionally. It's going to feel good, especially coming from the moon here. This energy is going to make you feel more safe in that sense, and knowing the truth here. So, and that could actually be the thing, even that's inspiring this Ace of Wands energy to take place here. That's going to be this spark, right? This passion could be very much tied to this individual here too in some cases. So that's going to be pushing you forward this week. And that's all I have for you today, Cancer. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that this reading resonated, and if so, please make sure to give it a like and let me know in the comments below which part resonated the most with you. And don't forget to subscribe for your weekly energy forecasts. Okay, bye!